Hey there, this is Amanda with Preparing Hearts at Home, and today I thought I'd make a short video just as a little bit of an update and show you some of my favorite resources that I've been reading through these last few weeks or months. I need to apologize right away because my kids are not listening to me and they're making all kinds of noise upstairs. But anyway, we've been having some crazies going on in life the last few months, so that's why it's been such a long time since I made a video. I guess my last video, I don't know exactly when it was, but we were in Montana still for my husband's job. And since then we've got to come back home to our cabin in the woods in southern Indiana in the late summer. And so we're really excited about that, getting to be back for fall and for Thanksgiving and Christmas and whatnot. But also since my last video, we found out that we are expecting our baby number 6. I know I had shared in a previous video that we had experienced a miscarriage earlier this year, and that was really difficult. So finding out that we were pregnant again was such a blessing and such a gift for us. But anyway, we're back home now, and life is pretty much back to normal, I guess. Living in temporary quarters is kind of always a little bit challenging, especially when you have a pretty big family and you homeschool and stuff. So we're really glad to be back here at our house and getting to enjoy all the fall leaves around us. And now they're pretty much gone, but now we'll have winter coming soon. But anyway, I just wanted to give that update about why it's been so long since I made a video, because we moved and hubby's job change and pregnancy and all of that, so you know how it goes with life. But anyway, here are some resources that I've really been enjoying, and I also wanted to show you a Thanksgiving craft. I guess I'll do that first maybe, but here goes. So last Thanksgiving I just made this funny little, I don't know, I call it the Thanksgiving tree. I don't really know. It's just it's a couple pieces of brown construction paper taped together, and then I put like packing tape over the top. And the reason I did that is because, as you can see, there's the leaf stuck there. So each one of us in my family, we said what we were thankful for, and then we wrote it out on the leaf. And so for each one of us, there was a different leaf stuck on this last year. And I had this attached to the wall in our dining room, so that Thanksgiving morning we said what we were thankful for, and we wrote it down, and then we were able to just leave it up for a few days and get to see it. And so at the bottom of the trunk I just wrote 1 Thessalonians 5:18, and so we read that verse aloud to our kids. And I don't know, it's just kind of fun. It was something visual for them to be able to see, what the whole point of Thanksgiving Day is. It's not about eating a turkey or watching football. It's about being thankful and making sure that we acknowledge God and thank Him for the different gifts He's given us. But then, so that's just a little craft. And last year I cut the leaves out. I tried to make them look like oak leaves, but I think this year I'll let my kids cut their own leaves out. I used red and yellow and orange construction paper, and I think we'll probably use that same color this year, but just let them kind of determine what shape of leaf they would like. And then my next resource, and I'm sorry I'm out of breath. I got the whole pregnant belly squishing my lungs thing going on, plus running up and down the steps trying to chase my kids and quiet them down and tell them, hey, Mama's making a video, be quiet. But I guess one of the issues is we live in a log cabin, and so our ceiling looks like this. It's gorgeous, but it doesn't really provide a whole lot of insulation between the floors, so you can hear noises very easily. But anyway, this next resource here is something I have enjoyed very much. This right here is the audio. It says 9 hours of scriptural study and application with notes. It's called She Shall Be Called Woman, and it's audio CDs. I think there's 9 of them, of Victoria Botkin, just going over, well, here I guess I can show you the back of it, all about Eve. So basically dealing with with our sin nature and how that affects us nowadays. Biblical submission and how godly women do it. Lessons from the Proverbs 31 woman, all about love, how to help your husband love you, thoughts on beauty, loving your children, questions and answers with slander and gossip also, and then the review and closing remarks. So anyway, there's 9 CDs in here, and then this is the companion Bible study and journal book. And so it kind of expounds on what she talks about in the audio lessons, and then also has little places where you can write down your thoughts or whatnot. But I've had this for years. I basically would listen to it pretty much every fall for the last few years, because she just has so much wisdom in there, and I tend to forget things and let things slide, and so I enjoy refreshing myself with this. And this year is the first year I even knew that there was a journal with it. So I got that, and I've really been enjoying that and learning and growing by listening to it. The second resource is a parenting book by John MacArthur called What the Bible Says About Parenting, God's Plan for Rearing Your Children. And it's definitely not a, he even talks about it, it's basically not some sort of plan like, okay, follow this, these sets of steps and you will have children who turn out perfect. It's not like that. He's basically just talking about what the Bible specifically says about parenting and expounding on that. And I have just learned, I use this little notebook here because if I didn't write down my notes of what I'm learning in the book, I would have, the whole book would be highlighted. So basically I just have been using that little notebook to write down the things that I'm learning and the things that I want to remember. And I'm kind of going fast because my light is flashing at me now all of a sudden. But anyway, the last resource I wanted to mention is a book called Forged in Faith by Rod Gregg. And this is the second time I've gone through this book. I read it, I don't know, like 7 years ago, I guess, and loved it and learned so much about our early American history. And so I wanted to reread it. But if you like history at all, especially American history, and knowing how the faith of our founders helped to form, the subtitle there says, How Faith Shaped the Birth of the Nation from 1607 to 1776. If that sounds like that's interesting to you at all, I highly recommend it. And he also has a second follow-up book to this called By the Hand of Providence. And that's about the Revolutionary War. And I actually haven't read that one yet, but that's next on my list. But anyway, these are the resources I just wanted to encourage you to get your hands on. These two can be bought, in Amazon. This set here can be bought from graceandtruthbooks.com and also their website, which is, westernconservatory.org. But anyway, those are my resources that I've been learning from and being encouraged by. And here's a funny little Thanksgiving craft just that I wanted to share just in case you happen to be looking for a Thanksgiving craft, which I know a lot of us homeschool mamas do that sort of thing. And I'm definitely not a crafty person, so doing that is kind of as far as I'm going to be going with crafts or whatnot. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry it's been so long. And I will definitely be making some more videos in the future, a lot sooner than I have since the last time. But anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.